Hey, what's going on, Freedomers? All right, so I'm gonna tell you what's going on. Right, I just had an experience. Mercury and Pisces experience. So over the past 6 years, an associate, um, an associate, uh, and I was dealing for 6 years. She had a Mercury and Pisces, and she would often either, especially when I notice it now more than ever, she would forget what she said and then not. And I've learned she's very manipulative, and she could not flip me. She could not flip me to say what she said to say what she said and say what I didn't say. And I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I said to her, out of love and honesty, because when you my friend in this motherfucker, when you my motherfucking friend, I'm honest as a motherfucker. I don't lie to when I call you friend, and I mean that motherfucking shit, I don't lie to you, and I'm very honest. I'm not the friend you come to lie, for a lie. I am not that friend. I wish I was, though. I wish I was the friend that's gonna lie, make you feel good, kiss your booty. I wish I was that. I wish I was a yes man, man. Because I may be, one thing I am, though, one thing I would say I am is I'm quiet. I'm tolerable. So I don't cause hell if I don't have to. I don't raise hell if I don't have, because I'm aware of my energy to some extent. So if I don't have to raise hell and argue with you, I don't. It's like I've learned and I'm learning how to pick my battles wisely instead of just popping off at the mouth because I can. If I don't have to, I'd be like, you know what? Let me chill, because that shit, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Because partially because my Mercury's in Taurus, so I can be passive with my communication. So if I don't feel it's a big deal, I let it go. Or if it's not something that's not making me money, or it's not bothering me, I let it go. So I was dealing with a Mercury and Pisces, and when I tell you, motherfucker was a fucking victim. Oh my fucking goodness. Yo, I'm so glad that I watched Iyanla Vanzant fix my life. I am so grateful, because that's one of the greatest shows you can watch, okay? Especially when you want to notice the dysfunctionalism in the black community. Watch Iyanla Vanzant fix my life. You will see deflection and victimization up close and what it looks like. You will have a bird eye view of what a victim looks like, or when they're when they're deflecting, when they're lying, when they're acting like they didn't remember. Like, for instance, I'm aggressive. I'm very, very aggressive. So, despite my calm demeanor, so when somebody lied to me, and because I don't know, I go back between my Aries and my Taurusness, right? So, and my rising's in Leo, so that's like triple fire and an Earth, right? So this person said yesterday, very braggadociously, and she also was downing my astrology. Whenever I said something about her chart, she downed it. And then today, she tried to act like she didn't remember that she did that. I was like, was I not there or something? And I'm learning, I can't fuck with no person like that. I can't fuck with no fucking body where if I spoke to you yesterday and then you don't remember what you said. Were you not there? Was I talking to a ghost? Now, don't get it fucked up. We all have our flaws. You don't remember, you gotta remember detail for detail. But if you just forgot, one thing Iyanla Vanzant has showed me, if you forget when you traumatized or abuse somebody, you fucked up in the head. Okay? So when I was dealing with this Mercury and Pisces, she's like, oh, she didn't like the fact that I'm aggressive. I have not changed in the last 6 years to some extent, where in that way, I'm like when I sense bullshit, I call that motherfucker out. Okay, I don't I don't I don't I don't again, but I don't pick fights to pick fights. I don't do that because that's a waste of energy. But when I sense bullshit, I call that motherfucker out. Okay? And I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. I don't give a fuck how you think about it. And one thing I've realized, and this is the second Mercury in Pisces that I deal with, I can't deal with them because they deflect, absorb, and then act like it didn't happen. And I can't. That drives me insane because like that robs me of my Mercury and Taurus of concreteness. So it's like we're having an abstract conversation and we're acting like there's no evidence, and you only want to play victim to what you think it should be. So if I said to you, because I'm gonna give you a classic example of a Mercury in Pisces. I said to this young lady who has been hurt in many ways. Okay, I'm a virgin. I stay at home all day. I make my money. I don't got friends like that. And I'm giving you this, so I give you the polarity. I'm single, and I'm highly intuitive, highly intelligent. I've lived this life before. This is my last time on this planet. Okay? And I don't do what the masters do. I'm going to make my million or my next 6 figures from my bedroom. Okay? And and this person has been through a lot of traumatic experiences. Almost the polar opposite of me. Do I have my fair share of damage and abuse from my parents and being homeless and all that? Yes. But that's not extremely difficult, okay? That's just a self-confidence thing, self-discipline thing, self-love thing. That ain't no marks for the rest of my life. I haven't been molested. Praise to the Most High. I haven't been raped. Praise to the Most High. I haven't been at gunpoint. I have been at gunpoint. I haven't been shot. I haven't had to sell dope. I haven't had to do on burn drugs. I never continuously stole. My slate is pretty fucking clean. Okay? So when I see this person and I'm like, sweetie, you have been damaged. Not damaged. I didn't even say that word. I said, you've been traumatized. Okay? You've been hurt. And if you don't go, and I say this because life has taught me and is teaching me. I could give you stories and tears in real life that if you don't go within yourself, you go without. 1. 2, you attract your mirrors of your pain. 2. 3, you only fuck with people who normalize your fucking dysfunction. Okay? 4, you attract business partners and clients just like you. No bullshit. Okay? And what I had to learn is I've known this person for 6 fucking years, and I've been at the rock bottom seeing her trauma, okay? And I said, sweetie, you've been through a lot. And you don't come with a book bag like me. I come with a book bag of trauma, and it's not even filled. Like, it may be even filled. But I just come with a book bag. She comes with garbage bags. She comes with sofas. She comes with chairs. She comes with tables of pain. And I said, sweetie, any man who has their third eye open can see that motherfucker. Anybody who's super empathic can feel that motherfucker. Okay? And I ain't even as empathic as some of the women I know. Okay? And I'm telling you straight up, you've been hurt. I've seen it, and I'm not saying you haven't made progress, you haven't been getting into the work, but you don't have. First of all, you don't have no fucking business being in a relationship because it's a way of escape. Mercury and Pisces, okay? So, being a person where I'm by myself, 90% of my day, I have to face my demons. You feel me? So, when I'm a person who has to face their demons, and I meet somebody who's been running for like 5 to 6 to 8 to 9 to 10 years, okay? I'm direct with it. You know why? So you don't attract more bullshit. When you run from your pain, you attract abuse. Let me repeat that shit again. If you run from your pain, you attract abuse. And that's fact. That's the fastest way to attract abuse. Running from your pain. Okay? So I tell her, you ain't on the frequency. You want me to lie to you? You want me to stroke your pussy and make you feel good? No, we're not doing that. Because I don't know who the fuck you around, but me, I ain't finna do that. And then she says, oh, you're abusive and you're all this other stuff. Because I'm honest. Because I don't like to lie to niggas. I don't have time for that. I said what the fuck I said. And I try my best not to be disrespectful. But as a Libra has once told me, I could say shit better. I don't have to say it the way I say it. Even if I'm right. I need to work on that. But one thing you not gonna get from me is a motherfucking liar. You is not, you don't have to like what I said, but eventually you're gonna come back and say, yo, damn, you were right. I always get that shit. No funny bullshit. No egoic, I'm condescending like I'm better than you. 90%, it be the same people who don't like the way I said it. Be the quickest motherfuckers who come back and say, yo, bro, you were right. It took me a minute. It took me a minute, but I got it. And when you with a Mercury and Pisces, they are so quick to play the victim, cry and get in tears and all this bullshit. And I'm like, why are you crying? What are you on my phone crying for? I didn't say nothing strange. I didn't say nothing fucking flabbergasting and disrespectful. I said what we already know. You've been traumatized on multiple occasions. Not just by me or whatever you feel about me, but by multiple men, multiple situations. And I'm not even putting our business out there. You've been hurt on every level imaginable. So if a man don't know that, he just thinks you're pretty. And you know what? I gotta work on my heart so I could feel that, so I could explain, yo, because you know what it is? I'm more of a claircognizant. I'm more of a clairsentient, major clairsentient, where I could feel it, but not so deeply where I'm like, ugh. You know how like when you with a Cancer or with like or you're like with a Scorpio, where they're like, damn, what is that feeling? Damn, my nigga, what you been through? God damn, my nigga. But like because of my Capricorn, I feel it and I express it. You know, my Capricorn moon, I feel it and then I express it. I don't have time to be like to absorb all your shit all day long. Now I do that if I spend enough time with you. But I'm like, bruh, you been damaged, bruh. And you know what she said to me? This is a good way to know you're with an uninvolved Mercury and Pisces. She said, oh, what are my damaged goods? And I was like, I didn't say that, because I definitely didn't say that. I said, you've been traumatized. You've been hurt. And like I gave you an example, and I said, whenever I meet a Capricorn, my chest start pumping because they're my South Node. So when you're dealing with your South Node, it can get really ugly really fast. FYI. When you're dealing with your South Node, it's always very transactional. So if you stay longer than necessary with your South Node sign or house, you can kind of waste a lot of time. Not well, yeah. And her rising's in Capricorn, so it's a hit or miss with her. And I've never met a woman where me being honest makes her cry. And I gotta find a way to be, I don't know. Because I don't even want to say I'll be with a strong woman. I don't want that either. But I want a woman who can handle my honesty and could give it back to me. If I stink, don't be like I smell good. If I stink, tell me I stink. And if I can't do something about it, help me. Give me an opportunity to change it. If I'm broke, give me an opportunity. Don't just mock me because I don't have no money. Give me an opportunity to change it. Help me out. Help me manage the money that I do have coming in. Give me a book. You know what a millionaire said to me? He said to me, I'll never forget, he said, I ain't going to give you no money, but I'm going to give you this information. And what you do with it, it's up to you. He didn't bitch. I didn't bitch. I didn't complain. I didn't none of that. And the nigga didn't speak. I haven't spoken to that nigga since. Yeah. I spoke to that nigga like maybe once. He gave me $10,000 worth of information and he left me. He said, figure it out. Watch it and apply it. $10,000 that he paid for out of his pocket worth of internet, e-commerce, trading, all type of shit. But when you're with a Mercury and Pisces, they're like on some complaining shit. Complaining, bitching, being overly emotional about shit that don't make sense. And you're like, bro, I didn't even get disrespectful. I'm just being honest. Do you prefer I lie to you? I can't do that. Because then I gotta hold it in and sleep. I don't even know how to lie. She's the person who taught me how to lie. I said, what you want me to do? I used to get in so much. That's why I was such a good kid, because I didn't know how to lie. So I mind my business. And I came home. I don't do drugs. I mean, I maybe smoke a little something from one of my clients, My Healthy Smoke, shout out to them, with some alternative herbs. It ain't weed. Shit gave me my first psychic experience. I can't wait to reorder from them. The next time I'm going to order in bulk, because I'm not smoking nothing else. Shit is weird out here. But outside of that, shout out to that My Healthy Smoke. Smoke, is it Smoke My Healthy Smoke? I forgot the website. But My Healthy Smoke on Instagram. My Healthy Smoke on Facebook. Shout out to them. Great black-owned company. But a motherfucker like me, I ain't finna lie to no motherfucking body. And I can't stand a motherfucker. And that's why I love astrology. Because you really can figure out why somebody do what they do. And I'm gonna post it on Instagram. I'm gonna post it. All astrology is learning how to read people. That's it. It's a form of reading people. Don't think of it as mystical mumbo jumbo. It's just a form of reading a person. That's it. And yeah, you can predict what's happening next, but on a basic level, let's keep it basic. Let's not make it deep. On a basic level, it's how to read people. And here are some of the legions, the codes, what to say, the planets, and all that other stuff. I wish I was a liar. Sometimes. I wish I could be better, man. But I can't. I don't like this shit on my chest. It's annoying. And I kindly blocked her number again. I don't have time for that. When you're with a Mercury and Pisces, they always deflecting when they're immature. And they know how to call niggas into their existence. They're very psychic. But they love deflect. Like, I felt her energy today when she said, oh, I'm thinking about what happened in the last 6 years. I said, why you thinking about that? My mind ain't even on that. I moved on. Why are you even thinking about that? And then when you're in Mercury and Pisces, you expect people to think things and know things. And I'm like, who the fuck has time for that? Well, no, I'm like that. Don't get it fucked up. I'm like that. I feel you. But, like, you're not going to punish me because I don't know some shit. You feel me? Or I don't psychically pick up your thoughts and shit. I ain't there yet. But for me, with Mercury and Pisces, man, I can't deal with Mercury and water sign. They're too emotional. Too emotional. Too all in the mystical. And I don't mean mystical as in spirit. I mean mystical as in, oh, it's all how I feel. I'm like, oh my God, bruh. That don't even make no sense. Like, they always, their reality their reality of thinking is about how they feel. Not actual reality. And because I would not comfort how she feels, and she got on the phone, she said, can I ask you a question? And because it's 11:40 at motherfucking night, I say, get to it. I gotta go to bed. I gotta prepare for this ritual because it's a new start of a new cosmic world. I'm ready to conquer some shit. What do you want? What? You got something to say? And I texted her, keep that energy. Don't hang up the phone on me. Keep that energy. And then projecting onto me, I hope you get what you're giving. If I got an ounce of me, I'd be a millionaire. And this attitude either makes me a sale or it doesn't. I don't do the lying. That's what we not gonna do. And you know what they do? They act like they don't say shit and they act like they weren't there. That is so troublesome. And they cannot admit, for the sake of their emotions, what happened. And when you're with one who is underdeveloped, they're very secretive in their thoughts, how they think and how they communicate. So they could be deeply in love with you, and you'll never know. You'll never know why you trigger them. They trigger you so much. Well, I know she's my wife from the past life, so that's why she triggers me so much, and I trigger her so much. But I can't do this bullshit with this fucking lying, because I'm like, bro, you know. She still didn't give me an answer to her question. I'm not gonna call her back because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And I'm trying to figure out, and then on top of that, her Venus is in Aries. So one of the things that's a Venus I would never date. I'll never date two signs. I would never date a Venus and Mars ever. I would never date a Venus and Mars, and I would not date a Venus and Capricorn. I would never date a Venus and Mars and never date a Venus and Capricorn. Aquarius, not them two. Never Saturn and Mars. I wouldn't date those Venuses. I can date every other Venus. Because Venus in Aries, yo, they're super they're the man of every, they try to be the man of every relationship, or they like the go-getter. They're always chasing after love. Chasing after feelings, chasing. because they're the hunter because they're the Aries, the warrior, the hunter. I just recently, I barely ever call her back, if ever. Cause I'm a Venus in Pisces. If I don't want to fuck with you no more, I let your ass the fuck go. I may think about you, don't get it fucked up. But I'll act like, bitch, let me tell you something. In this new cosmic world, I'm a literally, it's either literally or mentally, I'm a dig a casket for you. And I'm gonna let your ass go. Because that combination right there of water and fire, Mercury in Pisces and Venus in Aries, that's a bad combination if you're not mature. That means you'll chase after people who normalize your dysfunction. You'll fight for relationships, like literally. I mean, literally, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, sexually. You'll fight for dysfunction because you live in illusion. You think in illusion. You don't know the truth. And when you're with somebody like me who's Mercury's in Taurus, I'm like, okay, but you said this, you said this, you said this, you said this, you said this. And I said, and one thing I don't like was when you making me feel like I'm making up shit. I said, I don't go off and attacking people. If you give me, here's what I mean by attacking people. I don't initiate attack. Usually, you do something to me and I go at you. And here's one thing I want to clear up when you're dealing with a Mercury and Pisces too. I said to somebody, you have to separate a person from what they do for you. I'll never forget, a Pisces actually taught me that. She said, with my dad, he's really a great person. Not just what he does for me. And you really, to grow in life and to mature in life, if somebody's abusive to you, I don't give a fuck how many good things they do for you. If somebody gave you a great opportunity, but they're a liar, they're a liar. Let me repeat that again. If somebody gave you an opportunity to change your life, but they're a liar and they're a deceiver, they're a liar and a deceiver. And there's nothing to change about that. They gave you a great opportunity, but they're a liar. They're a con man. Genuine opportunity, but they're a con man. Just like the person who was doing my website. Great opportunity, but she's a con artist. She's not who she says she is. She's a liar. Separate the person from what they did for you. They're not the same. People often think they're the same thing. And you judge them in the same way. They're totally different. You have to be able to separate them. Here's why. Because if you don't separate them, you end up in a very, if who they are becomes abusive, they entangle what they do with their abuse. So you get in, just like these hands, you get entangled in their abuse because you're not separating what they do from who they are. Like if I'm messy, which I am to some extent, I'm messy. It don't matter how deep and spiritual I am. If I'm a nosy person, I'm nosy. No matter how deep, because I'm nosy, no matter how deep and spiritual and philosophical, if I'm a procrastinator, I'm a procrastinator. No matter how much money I make, I'm a procrastinator. I have to separate the person from what I do. Because what the person can change what you do. It can diminish it, it can explode it, etc., etc. And And a lot of Mercury and Pisces can't separate the two. They can't separate who they are and what they do. And because she loves with her actions, I said, I feel you. You love with your actions. But that doesn't mean you're not a shitty or damaged. No, I didn't even say damaged. That isn't just because you're able to love me does not make you any less traumatized. Just because you love me, especially if you haven't healed the wound, it doesn't make you any less traumatized. Here's why I say that. Because you can love me, right? But because you were traumatized, I can't treat you like I treat a regular woman. If you've been raped, molested, abused verbally, mentally, emotionally, financially for over 5 years, I know women who've been abused for 10 years straight. So no matter how much they love me, who they are will bring down what they do for me. Who you are is more important actually than what you do for somebody or something or your career. Here's why. Because if who you are is not high, what you do, if who you are is not high, if your self-awareness is not high, what you do, it becomes meaningless. What you do becomes meaningful when who you are and what you do are aligned. And this is hard work. That's hard work. When you have to align yourself and what you do, your actions. So because this can, when who you are is high and what you do is low, you can bring up what you do. It's easier. It's not that hard. But when what you do is lower, is who you are, is lower than what you do, eventually this comes to match this. And anybody who studies psychology or self-development understands that. Let me give you a better, more practical example. If your bank account is higher than your self-awareness and your self-growth, your bank account will eventually match your growth. Not if your growth is high, and let's say your bank account was low in January. No, let's be example. Let's give a practical example. Your bank account can be like this today, and by February, who you are went from here to here. Your bank account must increase. That's what he said. It's about bringing value to the marketplace, right? Based on the problems you solve. But if what you do is up here, but who you are is down here, this pandemic will fuck you up. Because it only takes a little bit of circumstances, the economy, this, that, and the third, boopity boop, 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 and then bloop, you bankrupt. But if you have a strong personhood, the pandemic, you explode because you're doing the inner work. Now, am I perfect? Hell to the fuck no. Hell to the fuck no. But one thing I'm not is a motherfucking lie. Mercury and Pisces. Head ass.